Hi there, I'm personal stylist and style expert Noelle Cellini. Now, I've done a lot of videos on scarves and these are always the most popular. So I wanted to show you the two most common scarf ties that I show so that they're all in one video for you. Now, the first one is actually something I think that I picked it up when I was in France because of course nobody beats the French when it comes to scarves and tying scarves, right? And it's very simple. What you want to do is take your scarf and put it around and loop it around once, and then you can make it as tight or as loose as you want around the neck. And then what we're going to do is grab an end from one side. It doesn't matter which end. So I'm going to take this one and then grab an end from the other side. Again, doesn't matter which end. And what we're going to do is we're going to tie these like you're starting to tie your shoes, and then we're just going to pull these opposite ends. I'm going to pull this one down and this one up till we fill in this space here. So you just keep going and voila, there it is. So this is something I'm going to show it to you with a scarf that has a little bit more bulk and show you just how great it looks. It really is like the sisterhood of the traveling pants, but with scarves. How, again, it just is always effortless and chic and just always works. Now here again we have another scarf, all wool, so very thick, a much bulkier scarf, and again just loop it around in whatever way you want, as tight or as loose around the neck, or as close or as far away from the neck. Grab one end from one side and one end from the other side. And again, I'm going to take the ends, pull, 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 and voila, there we go. So again, it's just, like I said, it just always works. It really is very, very flattering. And I've showed this I've done this in a lot of presentations, and a lot of times people will show up at the office the next day and they've all attended the presentation and everybody will have it tied that way, yet it looks different on everybody. And I'll show you one more time with even just this scarf, which is probably the least bulkiest out of them. And this one actually does have fringe. So again, it doesn't matter if the scarf has fringe, if it's linen, if it's silk, if it's all wool. Again, as you see, it just works. All right, one end from one side and one end from the other side. And it doesn't really matter, so while it doesn't really matter if these ends match, one can be a little bit shorter and longer. That doesn't affect it. And this is why each time it'll look different, and then look different on each person as well. All right, here we go. Like, I'm gonna tie the ends, pull, 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 and again, et voila. All right, so the next one is, oh, and I'll show you here too, just because I pulled out all the stops with all my scarves. This one I wear because it's super warm, and it is a little bit shorter, and you'll see it is a little bit bulkier. But again, same thing. Still works. And there we go. Ta-da. Once again. All right. Now the other one is something that I share with a lot of clients when they have a scarf that is kind of maybe an odd length, so a little bit shorter, not just kind of a normal length where you loop it around once and it falls, just about to your waist, so it's a little bit shorter. Or it's something like a silk scarf, and so they really do want to wear it, and make sure of that, of course, where they really do want to wear it, but then they're not sure how to work with it. And again, it could be maybe a square scarf, so we fold it into a triangle, fold the point up, so we make it like an oblong scarf, so we make it oblong so that it's workable. And this tie works really well for that. And this tie is also good too if somebody has a larger bust, because it's not going to be all that all that bulkiness there. So this will work for that, and I do have a video on that, scarf ties that work with a larger bust. So this one, you're gonna just bring around your neck, not loop, just fall straight down. And you do kind of want the ends to match, to be about the same length. And we're just going to twist it once and then one more again. And this will work better with like a silk scarf, something, but it could work with this too. And then you'll tuck it or just kind of tie it in the back, but I'm just doing it now for time just to show you. And it creates a nice little, again, put together look that isn't just looped around like Snoopy or something like that, or it looks unfinished. So this is a really easy scarf tie, and again, the second most common one that I show. Now, before I end this video, I do want to say that be sure to check out my other scarf videos. Another really popular one that kind of took me by surprise was the fact that I did a video that Europeans never wear, something that they don't do with scarves, they just never wear a solid print scarf. They would never wear a black, white, and red top and then a black scarf. They just wouldn't do it. If they were wearing a black, white, and red top, they would probably wear this black and cream striped scarf. They do sell solid scarves, but every time, like I've been to Paris, they're for the tourists. They're in those touristy places. They would always do a print. This one is from Paris, and it's a print. This one as well, same thing. They would just always do, it doesn't have to be a wild pattern, they would just always do something with a pattern. So that really makes something look more finished than a solid scarf. There is one on scarf ties for a large bust. And then I did want to bring up two, you might have noticed it because I've talked about it before, not that you can always see the ends on here, but this is also something huge that really makes a difference in any scarf tie that you do, in the sense that this is something, again, I did learn specifically, remember, from my French friends, and this is something they just kind of know. Just as Americans love peanut butter and chocolate, and we put peanut butter with everything, peanut butter and apples, you know, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's just as American as peanut butter, this is just something that this is their peanut butter. They just know it. They wake up and are born knowing it, whereas they don't have peanut butter in Europe. I've lived in Italy, and they don't have it. They may have Nutella, but they don't have peanut butter. So they know that instead of taking a scarf, they would never take a scarf and have the ends completely square. What they would do, and they just, again, wake up knowing, it's just their peanut butter, odd analogy, I know, but they would take it, instead of taking the scarf and then putting it on and wrapping it however they're going to do it, they would take it and they would take an end and go like this. So this creates much more length to work with the scarf. And then this way, even if you're just looping it around and just feel comfortable doing that, this is a lot chicer, is a lot more stylish and finished than having it be square and doing it like that. So again, all my scarves I take from the end, they're just kind of already like that when I hang them up, and I will take it, going back to the first scarf tie, and I will take one end and one end from here. The scarf tie will still work if you have squared off edges or ends, but just showing you just how, again, it's going to make it just a little bit like fringier, a little bit more finished, a little bit more put together. And that's what we're all looking for, right? So if you liked this video and you're watching it on YouTube, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment about what video you would like to see next, what would be a helpful topic. And as always, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you get notifications when I do new videos. And thank you so much for watching.